Country wasn't founded on the right of happiness, but rather the right to pursue happiness. That right is what makes America the greatest nation the world has ever known.
It's not about perfection, but you pursue perfection.
You're never gonna get that.
Pursuit of a more perfect union, that's a different thing.
That's right. Hey folks, I'm John Rich and welcome to The Pursuit. Our country is the only one in the history of the world that promises its citizens the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Because we are a land that offers those rights, we are the dream destination for people all over the world. Vivek Ramaswamy is a first-generation American. The son of immigrants from India, he grew up learning from their example and understanding what it means to work hard, dream big, and make the most out of your life. His fascination with medicine and biology took him to Harvard, where he graduated the top of his class, earning the respect of everyone around him. But then, understanding that to accomplish the ultimate goal, he needed even more educational arrows in that quiver, so he attended Yale University and got his law degree. This is a smart guy. His book, Woke Inc., is a landmark piece that shatters the lies and deception that currently grip our nation, and he seems completely unflinching in his resolve to tell the truth and tell it loudly. In this man lies the true spirit of America, the real fire of patriotism and the conviction that lived in the hearts of our founding fathers. Folks, it's time for a get-down-to-business conversation with Vivek Ramaswamy. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good to see you, John.
Good to have you in Nashville. You have come out of here, as my granddaddy would say, both fists up. That's how you're coming at it. And it takes a lot of guts to do that in this current environment. And you're putting out a book like this when the whole culture is saying you shouldn't be putting out a book like that. How were you raised that gives you that kind of fight and that kind of soul and gumption to go after something like that?
Well, look, when I look at what my parents did when they came to this country 40 years ago, I look at people who did something that I actually could never do. Imagine you packing up your bags, going halfway across the world to go to a place that you've heard of, that you know you want to be a part of, but you're away from your culture, you're away from your family. Back then, you didn't even have telephone connections like you do today.
Right.
FaceTime didn't exist, forget the internet, eating different food. But to be able to do that with a conviction to say that I think I'm going to create something greater by making that sacrifice for the next generation, that's something pretty special. And so I think that fire of growing up in a family with parents who took immense risks to be able to live their dream was something that actually kind of gave me that fire from a pretty young age. And I think one of the things they taught me is they've been through a bit of hardship. You know, they didn't come to this country with very much money. But when I watched them struggle through hardship, the number one lesson they taught me in my childhood was that hardship isn't the same thing as victimhood. And that stuck with me and served me well ever since.
Hardship is essential, in my mind, for somebody to become really great or really successful. I mean, if people wind up successful that never had to struggle for it, they don't even know how to handle the success when they get it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They don't know any different of not having it. You know, the way you just described your parents, that describes the original colonists that came over and left England
Totally.
to a place that had, I mean, it was wild land that they came to over here, but it was worth it to them to have the shot at living free and exhausting their potential.
And that's what this country has always been about, with people who set sail, sometimes literally, to say that I don't know where it's going to land me, but it's going to land me in a place where I'm able to be the best version of myself and pursue whatever I dream I can achieve. That is the American dream, right? The idea that no matter who you are or where your parents came from or what your skin color is, you can achieve anything you ever want in this country with your own hard work. And I think it's the dream that I care about passing on to the next generation. That's why I wrote the book.
So your parents were something else. Obviously, the grit and the determination they had to move here, number one, but they were highly educated people.
They were
doing very important things in India. Tell me what they did.
It did, yeah. So we actually joke around. I asked my dad, why on earth would you go halfway across the world and settle in Cincinnati, Ohio, of all places? And so he said, actually, it's because his older sister had come over and she was in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now, that begged the question for me of why would she go halfway across the world to Fort Wayne, Indiana?
Right?
We joke around, it's the only U.S. state with the word India contained in the name of the state. So that's the family joke we tell. But he came here to pursue an education. And so GE Aircraft Engines had a division in Cincinnati where they could allow him to both get educated, get a PhD in engineering, which was his dream,
right,
but also begin to make money, because he didn't come to the country with much money. He needed to start doing that.
He could multitask.
He could multitask, exactly. So he ended up being in Cincinnati.
I think strong parents is a common denominator with a lot of people that ever make it. Your parents were very keen on you being on their hip and seeing what they did. What did you experience with your mother?
She would actually take us to the nursing home with her, and you know, that was actually where she was treating patients in Southwest Ohio with Alzheimer's disease. And one of the things that she believed in was that music actually made a difference to these patients.
Yep.
Probably something that you know a little something about too.
I have sang in like VA hospitals and places like that, where there's men and women that have Alzheimer's and dementia. Yeah, and when you lay into an old country song that they heard way back in the day, and this guy hasn't spoken to anyone for all of a sudden, I see this old man sit up and start tapping his foot, and the nurses are like, I haven't seen him do that in a year.
That's exactly right. Anybody, I mean, a lot of people in this country are probably one step away from somebody who has Alzheimer's disease.
Yes.
And if you know a couple people who have Alzheimer's disease, you'll know that there's something to it, right? There's the way that music at least awakens a certain consciousness that these patients in many cases lack. That meant something to my mom too. So she actually had me playing the piano when I was a kid in the nursing home. That was kind of my first glimpse, first step up close with the disease. It's also affected family members. My grandmother's sister died of the disease. So it was something that always played a role near and dear in my heart. In fact, it was actually the first drug that we developed at the company that I founded was a drug for Alzheimer's disease. Unfortunately, like so many of the other drugs in that field, that one was a failure. It was a really big failure and a really devastating one, because it's such a bad disease where there's very few treatment options.
Right.
But that was part of the inspiration I took from my mom as well, is that everything she did for giving a better life to me and my brother. And to me, that was, there's no doubt that the reason I went into biomedical science and started a biotech company and chose to dedicate, really most of my career to date to developing medicines for people who need them, it was from seeing the dedication that my mom brought to doing what she did as well.